Welcome to our Sakai demo video on Warpwire, the basics. If you haven't used Warpwire before, it's Sakai's built-in video hosting tool. And today we're just going to talk about the basics of using Warpwire, but we'll have other videos that cover Warpwire in more detail and cover some specific tasks that you'll do in Warpwire. To get started, we're going to add Warpwire to our Sakai site. We're going to go into Site Info. And in Site Info, we're going to click on Manage Tools. Manage Tools is where you can add any of the Sakai tools to your site, so they're available in the left-hand navigation and you can start using them. Now Warpwire is going to be at the very bottom, so I'm going to scroll all the way down, and it's listed here under External Tools because technically it's a third-party tool, but it integrates into Sakai, so you don't really need to worry about that at all. So I'm going to check Warpwire, click Continue, and now I'm going to click Finish. Now anytime you add a new tool to your Sakai site, it's going to show up at the bottom of the list. You can use Tool Order to change that order if you want to move it up a little higher. We'll go ahead and leave Warpwire where it is. And I'm going to go ahead and click Warpwire on this site. Now when you first access Warpwire within a new site, it's going to basically build a library for that site. So you'll see my site is called SPH Collaboration, and I'm in a Warpwire library, media library, that's called SPH Collaboration. This is an empty site, so I give this message that there's no media in the library. I have a plus button here where I can upload or capture. If I click on this account option over in the right hand corner, I can see sort of all my account libraries. So I have access to a number of different libraries that are in different Sakai sites. If this is the first time you've used Warpwire, you might not already have any other media libraries, but if you've used it before, you should see any media libraries you have access to listed here. And this makes it really easy to go from one library to another, and also if you need to copy content, you can use this view to move into a different library for the purpose of copying content over. Since I don't have any media in the library, the first thing I'm going to do is just upload a video. So I'm going to click the plus button and I'm going to click Upload Files. Now you'll see that I have a few other options here. There's a camera capture option and a screen capture option and a live broadcast. So you can upload videos that you've recorded in other tools, Zoom for example, but you can also capture content, video content directly in Warpwire. So just keep that in mind as an option. But I'm going to choose Upload Videos. And now it's showing me a view of my computer where I can find where the video file is to upload. I'm going to go into my Sakai demo videos. I'm going to go into lessons. And I'm going to find this MP4. Now you can upload a lot of different video file formats to Warpwire. MP4 is a good standard format. It should be universally uploadable and usable within Warpwire. If you've got other video formats, you should be okay, but just keep in mind if you've got the option to create an MP4, that's a good version. And if you're working with Zoom recordings, that's the format those will be in by default. So I'm going to select this MP4, I'm going to click Open, and now it's going to give me this Add Media option. You'll see the title is just the name of the file, so I'm going to change this to something a little nicer. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to change this to Sakai Demo Video Lessons. And if you wanted to put in a description at this point, you could. But then I'm going to just go ahead and start uploading. Now once you start uploading a video, you'll see at the bottom of your screen this uploading process. So I'm just going to let that work in the background. I'm going to show you a few other things about the Warpwire interface. If I click on the title of the library, I'll see that I have some library-wide options. First off, you can see analytics, so any videos that you put in your library, if you want to see which of your students have viewed them and for how long, that sort of thing, you can do that. You can change your library settings. So I can see this is the title of my library, which by default will be the title of your Sakai site. You can add in a description if you want to. There are some options here for how you want your library to work and look. You can change the visibility of the item, so if you want to have a library but you don't necessarily want students to see all your videos right off the bat, you can keep them unlisted. You can change the default view. You have the option for sort of a grid or a list view, and you can change the default sort. By default, things will sort by the date you upload them, the newest on top. Okay, and now I'm going to check on the progress of my video, and we'll see that it's just about uploaded. And once it's uploaded, there is a little bit of processing time. So you'll see that now we've changed from the upload version to the processing step, and that'll take generally not too long at all. And it looks like we've got that done. You'll see that it's automatically giving me a thumbnail, so it's going to take an image from the video and it's going to use that sort of as the default view. Now at this point I've got a few more options appearing now that I have a video. You'll see I've got, in addition to my plus where I can upload or capture video, I've got this button with a circle which allows me to edit my videos in batch. And I've got options for changing my view from grid to list and also changing my sort options. In the video itself, you'll see that I have a button here to control the options for that video. So I'm going to click on that. So you'll see I have options for sharing the video. I can see analytics on this video. I can copy this video. I can delete it, and I can change some settings. If we take a quick look at the settings, you'll see under here I can change the title that I first gave the video, I can add a description, and then I can add some tags as well. So if you want to organize your videos, tags are a useful way to do that. You can add tags that correspond to keywords or topics in the video. By default, when you upload videos, they're visible to all users. So if it's a video that you're not yet ready for students to see, you can change it to unlisted, and that means that only you, an instructor, or other instructors or TAs can see the video. Now, in addition to being able to change things like the title, add tags, that sort of thing, you'll also notice there's an option here to create clips. So if you do need to do some small editing on your video, mainly just remove some dead time at the beginning or the end, you do have an option to do that directly in Warpwire after you upload your video. Now, just to show you one other quick thing before we end the video, I'm going to click on this Edit and Batch option. Once I click on Edit and Batch, I have a Select All option. Now, I only have one video, but if I choose this, I can see this video is selected. If I had 20 videos, they would all be selected. And now you can see that I have a number of batch actions. So for any of the videos you've uploaded into Warpwire, you can easily copy all of them from one Warpwire library to another. You can easily share all of them. You can change the visibility of all of them, and you can add tags to all of them. And that's the basics of using the Warpwire interface in Sakai. Thanks for watching.